Steven Gerrard's story is one of unwavering devotion to football, an unbreakable bond with Liverpool, and a career built on grit, talent, and a refusal to settle for anything less than greatness. From his earliest days in Whiston, Merseyside, football wasn't just a pastime for Gerrard, it was a calling. His idols, Liverpool legends John Barnes and Ian Rush, alongside England's mercurial Paul Gascoigne, offered the young Gerrard more than just skills to emulate. They embodied the passion and artistry that would define his own career. Barnes, with his effortless dribbling and game-changing brilliance, left an impression on Gerrard as a boy. Barnes was unbelievable, Gerrard said. He could glide past players like they weren't there, and he always seemed so calm under pressure. Watching Barnes dominate for Liverpool gave Gerrard a sense of what was possible, showing him how a player could take control of the game and dictate its rhythm. Ian Rush, on the other hand, was the epitome of clinical efficiency. What stood out with Rushy wasn't just his goals, it was his movement, Gerrard explained. He always seemed one step ahead, always in the right place at the right time. Together, Barnes and Rush gave Gerrard the blueprint for excellence, a combination of flair, intelligence, and unrelenting work ethic. Then there was Paul Gascoigne, or Gazza, who became an icon for Gerrard on the international stage. Gascoigne's flamboyant style, his vision, and his ability to do the unexpected inspired countless young players, including Gerrard. Gazza was different. He had that edge to him, Gerrard recalled. You could see how much he loved playing, but he also had this unbelievable ability to produce moments of magic when it mattered. Watching Gascoigne wear his heart on his sleeve made Gerrard realize that football wasn't just about skill, it was about connecting with the crowd and leaving everything on the pitch. By the time Gerrard began making waves in Liverpool's academy, his admiration for these players had fueled an ambition that would define his career. Even in those early days, it was clear he wasn't just another talented youngster. Coaches spoke of his determination, his ability to read the game, and his desire to improve. These qualities would carry him through to his first team debut in 1998, at just 18 years old. He quickly established himself as a dynamic midfielder capable of breaking up play, driving forward, and delivering inch-perfect passes. As Gerrard matured, he looked beyond English shores for inspiration. It was Zinedine Zidane who captured his imagination. Zizou was the complete midfielder, Gerrard once said. He was someone I watched closely because he had everything: vision, composure, skill, strength. For me, he was the best in the world. Gerrard admired how Zidane could control a match without ever seeming hurried, how he could dictate the tempo and turn defense into attack with one sublime touch. He made everything look so easy, but you knew it wasn't, Gerrard added. The respect was mutual. Zidane later praised Gerrard as one of the best and described him as a player who could dominate games with his sheer presence. Gerrard's rise to prominence coincided with a golden era of Premier League football. Competing against the likes of Roy Keane, Patrick Vieira, and Frank Lampard, Gerrard carved out his own legacy as a midfielder who could influence every aspect of the game. He wasn't just a playmaker or a defensive enforcer, he was both. "I always wanted to be the player who could do everything," Gerrard said. If the team needed me to defend, I'd defend. If we needed a goal, I'd push forward. It's about doing whatever it takes to win. His crowning moment came in Istanbul in 2005, when he led Liverpool to one of the greatest comebacks in football history. Trailing 3-0 to AC Milan in the Champions League final, Gerrard's towering header sparked a revival that would culminate in a penalty shootout victory. That night was special, Gerrard reflected, not just because of the trophy, but because of the way we fought back. It showed the character of the team and the bond we had with the fans. Gerrard's celebration, arms raised as he urged the Liverpool faithful to believe, became one of the defining images of his career. But Istanbul was just one chapter in a story filled with unforgettable moments. There was the FA Cup final in 2006, dubbed the Gerrard final, where his thunderous long-range effort in stoppage time saved Liverpool from defeat. It's about stepping up when it matters, Gerrard said of these moments. That's what defines you as a player. Of course, Gerrard's career wasn't without its challenges. The 2014 Premier League title race ended in heartbreak when Liverpool fell short despite his best efforts. The infamous slip against Chelsea, which led to a goal, is a moment Gerrard has spoken about with characteristic honesty. It's a part of my story, he admitted. But you can't let one moment define everything. You pick yourself up and you go again. His loyalty to Liverpool was another defining feature of his career. Despite interest from some of Europe's biggest clubs, including Chelsea and Real Madrid, Gerrard stayed true to the team he had supported as a boy. Liverpool means everything to me, he said. The fans, the club, the city, it's who I am. After retiring as a player, Gerrard turned his attention to management. He found success at Rangers, leading them to their first Scottish Premiership title in a decade, before taking on the challenge of managing Aston Villa in the Premier League. While his managerial journey is still unfolding, Gerrard's influence remains undiminished. His ability to inspire, both on and off the pitch, ensures his legacy will endure for generations to come. Steven Gerrard wasn't just a player, he was a symbol of what it means to fight for the badge, to give everything for the team, and to embrace the highs and lows with equal passion. As he once said, football isn't just about trophies or records, it's about the moments, the memories, and the connection you have with the people who support you. For Gerrard, that connection remains as strong as ever.